when someone just walk by and then look at you in the eye?
In my eye, I feel good. It makes me feel warm. It makes me, I don't know, happy. Depending on my own mood at the time, obviously. If I'm sad and like, you know, I walk and someone looks in my eye, let's say smiles, you know what, like, it sparks something inside me and it makes me happy too, you know? And then like for a second I forgot about the problem that I had and maybe now I'm thinking about that person that just looked in my eye and I totally forgot about my problem, right? Honestly, any kind of look, it makes me happy.
I feel like when somebody looks at me in the eyes, like really connects with my eyes, locks, even just for 10 seconds, there's like this feeling that you're connected in this deeper way. It's all of a sudden like you're the wall, that emotional wall that we keep up to keep people out and away from you. It goes down because now you're like locked in this very deep and sensual way, and it's like really hot.
Do you prefer a person to approach you from the internet or just like to meet you in person?
I always prefer somebody comes up to me in person because I'm an energy person, and then I can tell if I have a connection based on the energy that I feel when they're around me. When somebody messages me on Instagram, I can't tell if there's a type of light about that person that I'm drawn into. But when a man comes up to me at a coffee shop, or if I'm walking down the street and they have an energy that I connect with, then I know, and then I'm interested in getting to know them.
What's a good way to approach?
I think that people should always be themselves. I think it's very important to just be transparently who you are. Not everyone is for everyone, so if you pretend to be something that you're not, it's gonna come out eventually. So I just like when a man comes up to me and just says, hey, you know, this is my name, I saw you over there, and there's something about you that I really am interested in or want to get to know. And then if I'm interested back, then I'm willing to explore that. And if not, then I just let him know that I understand the courage that it takes to come up to a stranger and put your heart on the line that way, but I'm not romantically interested and I don't want to waste this person's time. But I want people to take more risks with putting their vulnerability out there. I think it's important. I think human connection is important in person, and we can't always hide behind direct messages on Instagram.
Maybe like comments, little compliments. Yeah, because if you go to someone and you start talking about weather, like that's weird. You know, like I think the weather is so good today. You know, okay, actually, I had a, now that I remember, I was in a cafe drinking coffee, and there was a guy next to me, and we started talking, and he started telling me about like good restaurants in Toronto, like randomly, because we talked about food for a second. I was like, oh yeah, I don't know many good restaurants, like actual good, and he recommended me like 10 places, and honestly, I still nowadays, like it was like 3 years ago, and I still think about those places, and I still like, oh my god, this one place that he recommended me is actually one of my favorite places, and I like every time I go there, I remember that because he recommended me that. It's just a random coincidence, you know. So yeah, maybe like some like recommendations. I feel like that can be really useful. That's a really interesting topic. honestly, with you, I love the way that you approached me and you made a video of me, and I was just like, okay, that's cool, that's different, you know, and I didn't really know what to expect. And then you showed me after, actually, the videos that you were taking, and I was like, oh my god, these are actually really freaking cool. And she's talented, you know, and has such a good personality. And like, it's really interesting for me because I've never seen anyone not do it before, right? So meeting a stranger can lead up to something totally different, like learning about the new, I don't know, new thing that you didn't know existed, right? I hate when people come to you and they say something about material, like I have a boat or I have that car. Like I've been sitting in a, I don't know, a bar, and a guy comes to me and he's like, look, I have 3 cars, and shows me pictures, and I'm like, that's the way you approach me? Can you please leave? That's like, I don't give a shit what you have. Okay.
What kind of message do you like to receive from a person that you just met?
Like the best pickup line, like, or just the first message that person can do is probably like a funny joke. That's what I would like recommend. That's something that, like, you know, is different. It's not like this random hi, how are you? That's kind of boring. Like, come on, like there's a million people who message that, you know. Be different. Say something different. It doesn't have to be funny. It can be just like something different. You know.
Other than joke.
Other than a joke?
Yeah.
Just something interesting, like a fact. I don't know, like
Or
just
something they recommend.
just like a random fact. Like let's just start it like differently. Like just like see something random. Like, did you know that I don't know. We live in illusion. You know, just something like that, and then the person will be like, what? Okay. Hi. Like, what is that? You know, in a way that, like, if you just message like, hey, how are you? The other person is like, oh fuck, probably ignores that. Maybe it's like, good, you know. But if you say something weird like that, the other person behind the phone will be like, okay, that's weird. Like, do you like that reaction, or do you want that one reaction? Like, what would be, hi, how are you? Like, good. Or you want the reaction where you say a joke and the person is like, what? That's weird. You want that one, right?
If somebody gets my phone number or my Instagram, I think, again, I just appreciate people who move with kindness and don't move with a type of forwardness that could make somebody feel uncomfortable. I think it's important to just genuinely ask to spend time with somebody, genuinely ask to go for coffee or go for a walk or get a drink or whatever that might be, but just to be very kind and thoughtful about the message. I don't want to feel like I'm one of 10 people you're sending the same message to. You can tell when something's not genuine, when you don't feel special when somebody's messaging you.
Like in public?
No, honestly, I keep a lot to myself. I don't talk to anybody that I don't feel comfortable with. I have to meet people on the internet beforehand and then talk to them in real life, honestly.
How do you meet people in the internet?
Through Instagram, so I'd say that it's all based on fashion. So if I know that they have enough of a fashion connection, after the fashion connection, I'll actually ask them if they just want to hang out in real life. So it's more about the connection through fashion rather than anything else.
So, what will happen if you just talk to someone?
So it's all about the human interaction, and I don't really feel comfortable initially. I would need to actually meet them beforehand, and with that, it's like...
But how do you feel if you just talk to someone?
Honestly, like I said, my anxiety goes super high. Like after that, my anxiety is super high up, and it throws the whole context of the conversation out the window. So because I'm focusing so much on something else and how I feel otherwise, it kind of feels like...